Hello, everyone. Good morning, dear authors and invited guests. Welcome to Technical Session 4A. Myself, Karthik Bharadwaj, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Solistic LLP, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to the third World Conference on International Systems for Business Management, ISBM 2024, Bangkok, Thailand. The third edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event is organized today in Bangkok, Thailand, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today and tomorrow, that is 12th and 13th of September 2024. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive session throughout the day. In this session, we have 6 presentations. Each presenter will be given 12 minutes for their presentation and 3 minutes for question answer round. On 10 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants to kindly stay connected with us till the end. If you have any query or any update, you can write it to me in the chat box. Just before we get started with the session, I would like to introduce you with today's session chair, Dr. Nilesh P. Sable. Dr. Nilesh P. Sable has overall 15 years of academic experience, presently working as SPPU approved associate professor in the Department of Information Technology, Vishwakarma Institute of Information Technology, Pune, India. He has published 50 plus research papers in national, international conferences and journals. He has filed and published 14 patents and 3 copyrights. He's the author of a couple of books with an international publisher like Lambert. I request, sir, to kindly motivate our participants.
Yes, very good morning to everyone. So, this is the third time I'm here at third international conference on information system for business management. It's really a pleasure to be invited by GR Foundation for this conference as a session chair. And hopefully last time we had really a great papers and great initiative was taken by GR Foundation for organizing this event. So hopefully we'll have an interactive session and the technical insights. Everyone will have a chance to hear it from the other authors and gain the knowledge. So thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for such a valuable insight. Now, let's move towards the first presentation of the day. For the first presentation, I would like to call Yuman J. Mogodjo for the paper title Adoption of 5G Technologies in the Programmable Logic Controller Automated Smart Manufacturing Plants to Improve Network Factors that Affect Production Time. I request presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You're audible to us.
Okay, can I kindly share my screen?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible to us.
Thank you very much for the opportunity and greetings to everyone. My name is Humani Mukojo and I will be presenting to you the project titled Adaptation of 5G Network Technology in Programmable Logic Controller Automated Smart Manufacturing Plants to improve production, to improve network factors that affect production time. And the table of content for the presentation will be as listed on this screen. Now coming to introduction. I will start by describing smart manufacturing, which is the manufacturing format which is key characterized by automation. And programmable logic controllers have been acting as the pillar of automation for this smart manufacturing for years. And the current operation in smart manufacturing, the network link has always been implemented using 3G, 4G, and LTE network. Now, the research problem revealed that most of the PLC drives, which are used in smart manufacturing or in automated plants, does not have 5G or wireless features. And this limits the adaptation of 5G network into this sector by causing bottlenecks in the production line and slow data synchronization, because these network technologies are equipped with low bandwidth and high latency. And as a result, this increased production time. And the hypothesis is that the incorporation of 5G in PLC automated smart manufacturing plants will minimize production time. Now, the case study for this project was selected to be the smart water bottling plant, which is located in CUT, in Central University of Technology Lab. This plant was designed to process 330 milliliter and 500 milliliter bottles of drinking water. The plant is equipped with 3 smart manufacturing units, which is the filling unit, the keeping unit, and the packaging unit. And here is the picture of the smart manufacturing plant overview. And on this slide is just the top view and the front view of the smart manufacturing plant, which our case study, which is the water bottling plant. And on this slide is just this the small illustration of how the filling unit operates. On the next slide is another illustration of how the keeping unit operates. It operates by actually keeping the filled bottle. And the filled and kept bottles are packaged in smart manufacturing unit number 3, which is the packaging unit. Now let's dissect it factor to the network factors which affect production time. Let me start by describing industrial wireless network, which is considered as the ability to monitor, access, and remotely maintain industrial plants over the network. And as indicated on the previous slides, this has always been implemented using 3G, 4G, and LTE network technologies. And the network factors based on research which affect production time are latency, bandwidth, device densities. But there are some which were not considered in this project, like accessibility. Now, looking at the latency, which is defined as the round time delay in milliseconds between the transmission and reception of the network packet from one destination to another. When this latency is high, data will not be synchronized at a proper rate. Am I still audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
And the bandwidth, which is considered as the ranges between the high and the low boundaries of the frequency band through which the transmission medium can transmit. And this bandwidth, some researchers define it as the number of bits that can be transmitted in a unit time through a transmission media. If this bandwidth is lower, then it means it will take longer to synchronize data, and this can in turn increase the production time. And the device density, which is the number of industrial Internet of Things devices that can be connected in one internet, in the same network. And this is higher. It means a broader network or more IoT devices can be connected in the same network. And this can minimize production time as they can communicate within the same network. And the research aims and objectives. The research aim is actually to enhance, to re-engineer the system. The smart water bottling plant now using the 5G network technology to improve the production time. And the objective was to enhance the 5G wireless features in PLC-driven smart manufacturing plants to improve production time. As indicated on our case study, that the smart water bottling plant is driven and automated using the Smartic S12 PLC drive. And this PLC drive and most industrial level PLC drives do not have 5G wireless features. So the intention is actually to enhance 5G features to these PLC drives with the understanding that accessing these PLC drives over the 5G network technology is as good as accessing the entire plant, as the plant is centralized on that PLC drive. And based on research, it was found that the incorporation of Scalen's MM856-1 router is the plausible solution to enhance these 5G wireless features. And on this slide is just an overview of the Scalen's MM856-1 router. This is the 5G router from Siemens with the maximum data rate of 1 gigabits per second. It's very energy efficient, and it has the port labeled 8, which can connect to the LAN interface of the PLC drive. And on 1 and 3 are the mobile wireless antenna ports. And it activates the wireless mode only if the CLP license dongle is inserted at the back slot of the device. Now, this is how the Scalen's MM856-1 router was incorporated into the system by connecting it with the cable, with the LAN cable to the S71200 PLC. And it was accessed remotely over the 5G wireless network by the personnel. Upon measuring the considered factors which affect production time, it was found based on research that the previous generation of mobile technologies, which is 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, and LTE network, have the higher network latency, and 5G was tested and found to have the minimum latency ever existing in network technologies. And with the bandwidth, it was found that 5G has the maximum bandwidth ever existing in mobile technologies. And the scalability of this project is that this project can adapt to all PLC drives, because most PLC drives that are used at the industrial level have the LAN interface with the communication standards of the LAN network. And upon incompatibility with the non-Siemens PLC drives, those PLC drives that are not from the Siemens families, the OPC UA server can be developed and can be read over network using the tunneling method. And the advantage of this Scalen's router is that it can reach 3G, 4G, and 5G network. So it gives the inventor the option to change to 4G should they encounter a problem with the 5G coverage around the place. And the conclusion is that the industrial wireless network has always been implemented using these 3 network technologies. And the research revealed that these 3 network technologies are hindered by high latency and low bandwidth. And to address the deficiency, 5G network should be incorporated in industrial wireless network applications. And the incorporation of Scalen's MM router into the industrial wireless network was found to be the most plausible solution. And the acknowledgement, special gratitude to the Central University of Lesotho Central University of Technology for financing the project. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Nilesh, sir, do you have any questions?
Yes. Have you measured the performance of integrating 5G into this?
Yes, the considered parameters were actually measured on the setup.
Any specific parameter that you can tell that this has been enhanced due to integration of 5G?
With the implementation of 5G, the latency was measured and it was found to be less than 1 millisecond
Okay.
with the 5G network technology. And the setup was also repeated with the 4G network technology, which was found to be a little higher. It was around 86 milliseconds with the 4G network technology.
Okay. So latency was the major one where the performance was improved.
Yes, indeed. The performance was improved with the incorporation of 5G into the system.
Okay. Thank you. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Now we are moving towards the next presentation of the day. For the next presentation, I would like to call T.A. Alka for the paper title Entrepreneurship Path to Sustainability, a digital bibliometric study on triple bottom line approach through SDGs, ESG, and circular economy. I request presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Ma'am, you can share now.
Sir, is my screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am, your screen is visible to us.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, thanks for giving this opportunity. I'm going to present the paper ID 123, that is Entrepreneurship Path to Sustainability, a decadal bibliometric study on a triple bottom line approach through SDGs, ESG, and circular economy. We can see that there is a lot of changes that happened in the world due to this carbon emissions, this waste management. So there are kind of different challenges that we face nowadays. So this unexpected happenings in the world, such as climate change, inequality, resources inadequacy, all these are changing the current ecosystem. So at that time, the sustainable entrepreneurship is coming to picture to most rely on the social and environmental well-being for meeting this future generation without sacrificing the present economy principles. Also they are following like through ecopreneurs, climatepreneurs, rural entrepreneurs, and sustainable innovation. So now we are going to discuss how this sustainable driven entrepreneurship is contributing to SDGs, circular economy, ESG goals that ultimately contributes to the sustainability. So we can see that the existing literature is lacking the combined explorations, like all these components are not explored jointly. So we are trying to explore these kind of sustainable components in a very combined manner through TBL lens. TBL means the triple bottom line approach, that is profit, people, and planet. So every enterprise must be aware about the contributions to the people, contribution to the profit, and contribution to the planet. So this bibliometric study is to understand what is the current existing literature, what is the state of the art, and it will be helpful for future research direction. So we are identifying there are three research objectives that we set for this study. First one is to identify the evolution through a research mapping the recent publication trends. And the second one is to examine the collaborative pattern and geographic clusters to identify the international research collaboration. And third research objective is to evaluate the themes that evolved in the recent publication to deliver give a future research directions. So the main protocol that we followed for data collection and the data purification was for SLR protocol. It's mainly for scientific procedures and rationales for systematic literature reviews that is developed by Paul et al. 2021 and also Sri Surivadi et al. 2021. So we identified papers from the Scopus database based on certain inclusion and exclusion criteria. And after this purification stage, we apply the Biblioshiny package in our programming and also the WOS viewer for the scientific and performance analysis. This is the major inclusion and exclusion criteria that we are applied. First one is about the search criteria, that is comprehensive search criteria is available in the Scopus database. But among these, we applied this article title abstract keywords from the 26 search criteria in Scopus. And also we limiting the search into English language. And also we are excluding some subject areas because we are only focusing on the areas that we talk about the sustainability, especially this energy, computer science, engineering, business management. And we use some keywords. It's based from initial review of literature. It includes entrepreneurship, sustainability, social entrepreneurship, innovation, circular economy, ESG, SDGs, triple bottom line. And also we only limiting the search into the articles or conference proceedings that published in final publication stage, not in article in press. So we identified different kinds of documents, article book chapters, conference proceedings. So only we are limiting to the peer reviewed papers and conference proceedings due to maintaining the quality of the papers. And here it is a decadal bibliometric study. So the recent decade, because 2024 is not yet completed. So we finalizing the search into 2014 to 2023. So finalizing this paper number, so we identify 123 peer-reviewed papers and conference proceedings. So this is the final search string that we are finally followed. And this is the flowchart of SWA4 SLR protocol according to Paul et al. Here there are three main stages, that is assembling, arranging, and assessing. Here 6 steps are involved. In the first stage, the identifications and acquisition. Here we are in identifications, we are reviewing the domain, source type, and source. It's here so a scopus. And in the stage 2 acquisition, it's based on search period and also the keywords. And in the second stage is arranging. So here the steps, we are limiting the search into 154 to 123 based on such an inclusion and exclusion criteria. And the last one is about the assessing. It includes evaluation and reporting. So based on for the evaluations, we use the bibliometry WOS viewer for the science mapping as well as performance analysis. And finally, we report the findings through narratives, figures, and tables. Here the study is not received any funding. So this is the result. So while looking into the evaluation to answer the first research objective, we can see that there is a growing trend of publications from 2014 onwards, which means that the increase happened in the research focus among the research community. So this is mainly due to the global awareness. And here we can see that there is there are keywords like sustainable development and sustainability are the largest notes that mainly published by the papers that discuss about these two keywords. And the next one is about also green entrepreneurship is coming to the sub theme. And here the most prominent authors that we are identified is Delas Mercedes Anderson, Seminario M, and Aquila and Cindelas S, and Alvarez Risco. These are the prolific authors that we identified. And the most promising publications is sources is environmental footprints and eco design products and process. And also we are focusing on environmental intention and environmental education and also self-efficacy. So these are the results that we identified from this Biblo Shiny package and using the Microsoft Excel also. So here we can see that there are 3 sources, authors, and they are using the keywords. The first is environmental concept and methodologies that is directly linked with Hansen AG, and the author was discussing most about sustainable entrepreneurship. So that kind of connections that we are identified. And he can also see that there are year and production and also the main citations. The production was increasing without slight decline. So here the main citation is also decreasing, which means that the citations is spreading across different papers. So there are a number of papers are publishing. So the citation is also dispersed. So the main citation is reducing and the production is increasing. So this is the intellectual structure that we identified to understand what is the most contributing source. So you can see that there are 2 clusters, it's red and green. First cluster is mainly deals with the social entrepreneurship and the entrepreneurship methods and tools. And also the International Journal of Entrepreneurship Venturing. So they are mainly discussing about the social context of entrepreneurship, such as tourism, family business. So how these are contributing to sustainability. And the second cluster is mainly due to mainly identify that business strategy and environment, International Journal of Entrepreneurship Behavior, Journal of Business Ethics. These are the broad areas published sources. So they are focusing on largely on the sustainability and the technology. And there are 3 types of journals that we are identified, that is through with the help of Bradford's law. So the first one is the core journal. Core journal means which are the highly produced and highly cited journals. So here it is sustainability and Journal of Cleaner Production. So these are the collaboration dynamics to understand how much the countries are collaborated. So we can see that the collaboration is mainly dominated by USA. And UK, China, Germany is also other major contributors. So India, China, Malaysia, this developing countries also contributing, so that we can see that the emerging economies are also contributing to more on sustainability research. And these are mainly focusing on SDG, circular economy and innovation. And the second cluster is mainly, it's about the North American, European, Asian collaboration between the Canada, France, and Malaysia. So they are more focused on the sustainability solutions rather than the concept of sustainability. They are uh, inventing some solutions like the innovations, eco innovations, and green entrepreneurial practices. And the Western nations with Asian countries also revealing the collaboration that exists among these emerging and developed countries. So the last cluster is mainly focusing on the Spain and UK, that is highlighted that the European Union sustainability contribution. And the last research objective is to identify what are the thematic areas that evolved in this theme. So we can see that the thematic areas mainly 5 clusters. And the first cluster is mainly discussing about social responsibility of startups through through contributing to SDGs and circular economy. And the second cluster was deals about how much entrepreneurship is focusing on the sustainability, especially from the developing countries. And the third cluster is mainly deals with the impact of social enterprises. And fourth cluster is mainly speak about the entrepreneurial innovations for business development and economic growth by addressing the climate change. And the fourth one, fifth one is the last one, is the role of startup. And so the conclusion to the study is mainly, we can say that first research objective is to identify what is a publication trend. So we can see that publication trend is growing from 2014 onwards. And the next one is about to identify what are the major sources. So it will be helpful for the researchers to publish more papers in which core journals they can identify. And also they can build from that journals to identify what are the most prominent papers and they can refer to. So the Business Strategy Environment, Journal of Cleaner Production, International Journal of Entrepreneur Behavior, and Social Entrepreneurship is the most promising sources in this field. And we can also see that the focus of sustainability is most increasing and it's important in the emerging economies. And the collaboration is mainly addressing the global issues such as SDGs, achievement, circular economy. And while looking into the limitations of the study, especially the study has some certain limitations based on this literature review. So first one, it's a decadal study, so it will not capture all this sustainability research from the part of this sustainable driven entrepreneurship. So last 10 years trend we can identify only from this study. And the next one is about the keywords that we are only focusing on SDGs, ESG, circular economy, and innovation. So other keywords are also contributing to this sustainable driven entrepreneurship. So that was not considered for this study. And only the study was limiting to the social science, business management, economics, econometrics, and energy, and also the computer science. So other areas, there's environmental sciences there. So different kinds of areas it's also we limiting. We are only focusing on the social science disciplines. And there are different kinds of inclusion and exclusion criteria that we are applied, like publication stage, language, and document types. So these are also the limitations of the study. From these limitations also we can make future research without limiting to the Scopus database. We can include more databases. And also we can exclude these kind of exclusion criteria and focusing on more broad research. And after, without limiting this 10 years, we can also identify what are the major trends. So there are kind of potential future research in this area. And we also found that there's a less number of case studies that published in this theme. So there is a future potential for case studies too. So that's about the paper. And these are the references that we referred for this paper. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, do you have any questions?
Yes. What can you precisely tell that what is the impact of this on SDGs?
Sir, actually, while looking to the SDGs, a major SDGs that we covered, that they covered by sustainable entrepreneurship is like SDG 9, SDG 13, and SDG 7. So these SDGs are mostly focused by the sustainable entrepreneurship that we can identify from the literature. But here, my presenting paper is about bibliometric study, but we already incorporate one literature review section to deal with these SDGs. So we found that these are the most prominent SDGs that mainly focused by these entrepreneurs.
Okay, so it is a review paper. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now, we are moving towards the next presentation of the day. And for the next presentation, I would like to call M. Suresh for the paper titled Modeling the Factors of Implementation of Agronomics Improvement in Manufacturing Organization. I request presenter to kindly proceed.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Presentation.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, my screen is visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible
Yes.
to us.
Okay, sir. So, good morning, dear faculty members and research scholars and guest members. So, thank you for giving opportunity to present here this ISBM conference. So, this work is one of my MBA students' project work, and currently he's in work, so he can't present. So, on behalf of him, I am presenting. I'm the supervisor of this project. So, the title is Modeling the Factors Implementation of Ergonomic Improvements in Manufacturing Organizations. How the ergonomic principles are applied in the manufacturing sectors, and how we can take it to the current level to further future level, how we can improve the ergonomics practice level. So that is a focus on in this paper. So ergonomics is very important because human factors in the work system must be properly designed. Otherwise, so musculoskeletal disorders and other health issues will come. So proper design of work system is very important. That will be making employee well-being and comfort for the work system. So work system, and it take care of the employees' health in the work system. So, and also psychological, physical, and biological balanced way the work system should be designed here. So here this is a interdisciplinary its nature. Here it is. We are focusing on all the concepts of human behavior and work system and work nature, and as well as psychological aspects and biological aspects. So we are discussing in this ergonomics paper. So workplace safety is very important, and productivity also important. Safety first and productivity must. So here the safety, so that ergonomics will contribute towards the safety because the systems are designed properly following these ergonomic systems, means proper work system designed, and as well as 5S principles are proper housekeeping is maintained in the work system. The chances, it will reduce the chances of accidents. So that will be a contribution, and also it will be increase the human efficiency in the work system. So consequence of the neglecting economics, if we neglect, okay, then what happens? So today, one day they can work, 2 days they can work, the continuously prolonged period if they work. So the disease will be started. Means, say example, like continuously sitting in the chair, if uncomfortable chair and the bench, work bench, it is there, then back pain will create. So like that, different kind of the disorders, and it will possible, and risk factors in the human in psychological disorders and as well as physical disorders also possible. So this is a very important in the any work system, including the office, also in the work manufacturing organization, also anywhere the ergonomics is very important. The work system should be designed properly. So benefits of ergonomics, so increasing the productivity and reduce the risk of the human health disorders. These are the benefits of the long-term, continuously long-term, the employees will continue in the work system. So otherwise the attrition rate will increase. So research questions. Here we are analyzing here what are the important factors contributing towards the implementation of ergonomics in the manufacturing organizations. So particularly particularly for manufacturing, like hardcore molding, from the molding, and as well as they're doing for the production for shaping. So those companies we took here in this SME industries in here in India. And here in this case, So how the systems will be designed and what are the factors triggering for the implementation of the ergonomics. If already they implemented, so how they will take to the further level, further improvement in the ergonomics. So they identified the factors, we identified 10 factors we identified in this problem. So in these 10 factors, what are the relationship among these 10 factors? So we are analyzing the relationship and we are finding the dependent factor, independent factor, and linkage factor and autonomous factors. We are classifying the factors. So in this paper. So we are using the method is interpretative structural modeling. So ISM is a theory building approach. So here it is connecting the dots. So say example, for 10 factor is there means 90 hypothesis. So 90 hypothesis proving in this regression method or maybe structural equation modeling is it's impossible. So maybe 5 or maximum by 10 hypothesis they can study. So about 90 hypothesis, so only the approach is ISM or TASM approach is the only approach for the preliminary investigation to find those potential hypotheses. So it's influencing in this ergonomics positively or negatively affecting these ergonomic systems. So that's why we adopted this interpretative structural modeling here to finding the critical factors, and from these critical factors, we are focusing on those critical factors, then we can control the other factors. So that is the objective of this paper. Steps in ISM approach, identifying the factors and finding the interrelationship between the factors and among the factors, and categorizing the factors and developing the interpretative structural modeling. So these all are identified factors, 10 factors: staff management support, ergonomic leadership, notion to improve productivity, notion to improve safety, shifting paradigm of technology, employee satisfaction and involvement, importance of ergonomic training, notion to optimize process and production, time commitment for ergonomics implementation, transition of benchmarking in ergonomic practices. So this is initial reachability matrix. So this is a consensus of the experts' opinion. We arrived at this. If it is highly or highly influencing or positively affecting or negatively affecting. So in this case, we are keeping here 1. So otherwise 0. This is a input for this method, interpreted structural modeling. So from this input, we arrived here transitive relationship. So any transitive relationship, say example, A is affecting B, then B is affecting C. Definitely A should affect C. So the transitive relationship we captured here. So here 1 star representing first level transitivity, 2 star representing second level of transitivity. So A equal to B, B equal to C, then A is definitely affecting C. It's a 1 star. So 2 star means A equal to B, B is C, B equal to C, C equal to D. So definitely A equal to D. So means A will affect the D. So that is a 2 star second level transitivities we checked here. So this is dependence power is here in the bottom line, bottom row, and the last column is driving power is mentioned here. So this is a model here, interpretative structural modeling. So this is a very important factor. This is a critical factors. So these all are next critical factors. These all are linkage factors. So this is a autonomous factors. So this is a major impact will happening here only. So if you focus on these factors and it will control the other factors. So like this. So bottom-up approach. So this is classifying these factors in these different categories. This is dependent factors, these linkage factors. These all are independent factors. So since here it's no autonomous factor is here in this study. So practical implications. So the practical implications, so this will be very helpful for this manufacturing organizations. So manufacturers organizations, they can focus on those factors and how the factors relationship there and the interpretations we already provided here, how the factors one and on affecting, and also the among those factors that can affecting the scenarios given in this paper. So this will be definitely helpful for the manufacturing organizations, supervisors and managers. And outcome of this study. So key factors we identified and prioritizations, ranking those factors we using the MICMAC analysis and continuous improvement. So those factors they can focus, they can continuously, they can improve. So this method they can apply continuously. Every periodic review they can apply, and then they can find their weaker attributes and they can focus on those attributes. So conclusions. So here in this study, we are focusing on manufacturing organization for ergonomic systems implementation perspectives. And already if they implemented, then we are moving to further further future level. So that is a focusing on this paper. And key findings that we are focusing here, it's the ergonomics very important. So among this, all these 10 factors are very important factors. But those critical factors, if they focus, we can control the other factors. And the implications for managers. So the managers can identify the factors relationship and how the factors are affecting one to the other factors. So they will get a good map of this factors relationship. So these are other contribution of this paper. So yeah, this will be applicable for other sectors also, slightly changing the factors if it is factors name and as well as the particular sector's work nature. So then same method we can apply for the other sectors also. Thank you, sir. Thank you, professors. Thank you, madam. Any questions?
Yes. Nice presentation. How you have prioritized the prioritization? How you have done?
So actually, we are prioritizing based on the driving power and dependence. So based on the ranking. So driving power divided by dependence. So we are getting the highest value, rank 1, from the lowest value, the least rank, sir.
Okay.
So we are focusing on rank 1, the high priority. The least rank, we are giving low priorities.
Okay. Thank you.
So thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Now
sir.
we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Karthik P for the paper title Machine Learning Techniques for Enhanced Protein Sequence Classification. I request presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Myself Karthik P, and I'm here to present paper ID 115, and my project is Machine Learning Techniques for Enhanced Protein Sequence Classification. So to the introduction of protein sequence classification, and proteins plays a essential role in cellular functions made up of chain of amino acids that form complex structures. And accurately classifying protein sequence is crucial for various biological fields, including drug discovery, where understanding protein structures can lead to a new treatment, and evolutionary analysis, which reveals the relations between different species. Traditional classification methods such as sequence alignment methods are often time-intensive and require substantial computational power, making them inefficient for handling large data sets. To address this limitation, the presentation explores how machine learning techniques can significantly enhance the efficiency and accuracy of protein sequence classification. The limitation of traditional methods. The traditional method basically we use Needleman wedge algorithm to classify the protein sequences. One of the major limitations is time complexity, is denoted as big O of NM, where the N and NM are the protein sequence 1 and sequence 2, which make pairwise compare slow, and particularly when dealing with a large data set. As the size of the data increases, this method becomes increasingly inefficient and requires substantial computational source and time. This limitation can state the explanation of alignment-free method, yet leverage the machine learning for improved performance. The proposed machine learning method here is we use feature-based machine learning technique that focus the physiochemical and structural properties of proteins. By analyzing these properties, the model can more accurately differentiate between protein sequences. A variety of classifiers are employed to achieve this, including decision tree, random forest, k-nearest neighbor, light gradient boosting machine, ISBM, and CNN. Each classifier being a unique strength in the classification process, but CNN shows us the particularly effective and due to its ability to handle complex patterns in data. Next is workflow diagram. Here we can see the workflow diagram of a project. First step is dataset creation. For the dataset creation, we taken two proteins are faster sequence and implemented the Needleman-Wechs algorithm to get the identity score. Identity score means similarity between the protein sequences. And after we implementing feature extraction using peptide Python library, and after implementing the machine learning algorithm for classification and creating a model for similarity prediction. Next, I explain the methodology how the work is done. First step is input of protein sequences in FASTA format. The initial process involved obtaining two protein sequences in FASTA format. We taken from the UniProt website. And this format allows for efficient representation and retrieval of sequence information, facilitating substitution analysis. Here we can see the FASTA format example here. And the next step is applying Needleman-Wechs algorithm for sequence alignment. Needleman-Wechs algorithm is a global alignment method is employed in the second step, and the algorithm optimally align two protein sequences, determining the similarities and differences. The next step is dataset creation. Here we see the dataset how we created. First is the protein A and protein B and its similarity score. This is how the dataset creation. It is about 2,700 entries in the dataset. The dataset is constructed by combining the processed protein sequence with their corresponding identities, and the dataset will be used to train and evaluate the machine learning model. After we extracting features from the dataset, these are the features we extracted from the sequences. We using peptide Python library. The features are aliphatic index, autocorrelation, autovariance, Bowman index, charge, covariance, hydrophobic movement, isoelectric point, instability index, mass shift, molecular weight, mass to charge ratio, and structure class. These are the features we extracted from the peptide Python library. And here is the description of the features. Next part is we again with extracted features, we again creating a dataset based on the features. And here we divided into 10 classes from 0 to 100 based on the identity score. Here we can see the pie chart of the distribution identity score from starting from 0 to 10 and ending from 91 to 100. Next is model training. We train using the models like random forest, decision tree, k-neighbors, LGM, and CNN. Is train various machine learning models. The model evaluate using accuracy, precision, recall, and FN score. After we get the best model is CNN. The CNN model consists of highest metrics and retrieves superiority in protein analysis. Next, we created a user-friendly website for users can input faster sequence and get the identity score using the help of ML model. It allows users to upload faster or input sequence manually, and the pre-trained CNN model predict the similarity score efficiently. The application demonstrates the practical utility of the proposed model in the real-world settings. Next is conclusion. The conclusion of machine learning makes protein sequence classification much faster and more scalable in older methods. Among the model tested, convolutional neural network CNN showed the best accuracy in predicting how similar protein sequences are making very effective for the task. The future improvement, we plan to add more features using large dataset and to improve the model accuracy and explore how natural language processing NLP can help in better understanding in classifying protein sequences. Thank you for.
Thank you, sir. Nilesh, sir, any questions?
Yes, so what you have done in pre-processing?
Hello.
Yes, what you have done in exactly what you have done in pre-processing?
Reprocessing, we extract features from the protein sequences using peptide Python
Depending
library.
on what you have extracted the features, have you decided the features?
How we extracted, like first we taken first protein and second protein and its similarity score. After extracting features from the features using peptide Python library, and the identity score starting from 0 to 100. So we divide into 10 classes. After we apply machine learning model.
Okay, have you compared your results with the existing
Yes,
publications?
It is much accurately getting the correct.
No. You have compared it with the existing results, or you have implemented a number of models and then you have compared it with your own results. What it is?
And already compared with the existing one. It is getting the right one.
So while implementing, you have implemented only CNN.
No. I'm using a random forest, KNN, and
Go to results slide.
report.
Go back to results slide. Just one slide back. Here CNN you have implemented and rest all are existing results, right?
Yes. CNN got the best accuracy.
Right. Have you experimented your database on this random forest decision tree?
Yes.
You have experimented it.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, coach.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Rajat Menon R for the paper titled Non-Custodian Legacy Planning System, Smart Contract and Blockchain. I request presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Yeah, hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible to us.
Okay, yeah. So hello everyone, I am Rajat. First of all, we would like to thank you for this opportunity to present our paper. Our paper is titled Non-Custodian Legacy Planning System Using Smart Contract and Blockchain. My fellow authors are our Professor Dr. Shanti ma'am, Sanjana and Sanket, and we are from CMR Institute of Technology. So over to Sanjana, who will basically give us a brief overview.
Hello everyone, this paper presents a secure non-custodial system for legacy planning that utilizes blockchain technology and smart contracts. It offers a decentralized platform for storing will documents and beneficiary information, guaranteeing integrity and execution without the need for intermediaries. Existing legacy planning systems are outdated and centralized, which makes them ineffective in managing modern digital data. Physical wills are vulnerable to forgery, manipulation, and collusion between parties, which can prevent them from reaching the intended beneficiaries. The lack of standard protocols for digital data management adds complexity, leaving data vulnerable to loss or exploitation. This creates a pressing need for a decentralized solution that ensures privacy, transparency, and security. Over to my teammate Sanket, who will take you through proposed methodology.
Hello everyone, my name is Sanket. I will take you through the proposed methodology. Our solution utilizes a combination of technologies to create a secure, transparent, and user-friendly platform for legacy planning. Let me take you through the key components of our system. We have a user-friendly interface which simplifies managing wills and beneficiaries. It interacts with the IPFS and blockchain. Coming to decentralized storage, we have used interplanetary file system IPFS, which splits file into chunks with unique IDs, and it returns a unique content identifier, which is CID, which ensures redundancy, reducing data loss risks in centralized system. Coming to meta transaction, so users are generally required to pay a small fees in order to perform a transaction on blockchain. This fees is called gas fees. Meta transaction is a method to perform an authorized transaction on behalf of the user, thereby making the transaction effectively cost-free. Now, smart contract is a piece of script which executes automatically on blockchain. Our smart contract automates the will execution based on certain conditions. Also, it securely stores and manages wills on blockchain. Coming to triggering mechanism, The system triggers the action based on user inactivity and sets the will state to unlock, ensuring the beneficiaries can access the will in a timely manner. Now coming to benefits of our system is secure as in it uses AES 256 for encryption and SHA 256 for hashing. Also, since we are using blockchain, which is immutable, which in turn ensure data security and tamper-proof storage. Our system ensures transparency as smart contract provide clear audit trail and verifiability of the details. Coming to accessibility, beneficiaries can easily access unlocked wills using the provided credentials, and our system is efficient as the system streamlines the process of will creation and management. Our system is non-custodian, which ensures that the user have full control over the data without relying on the third parties, enhancing the security and privacy. Here are 5 key components of our system. The first one is the application. It acts as a mediator between the decentralized storage IPFS, blockchain, user interface, and triggering mechanism. It manages the will logic for uploading, encrypting, and retrieving. Next is IPFS, the decentralized storage. It stores the encrypted will in a decentralized manner, ensuring the security and redundancy. Also, it generates a unique content identifier, the CID, for the documentation referenced by the smart contract. Next one is smart contract on Celo network. Our smart contract is deployed on Celo blockchain to manage the will execution. It also stores the CID and executes the will based upon certain conditions like user inactivity or death. Next is triggering mechanism. It detects when conditions for will execution are met, and it automates the process without manual intervention. Next is user interface, which provides a user-friendly interface for creating, managing, and retrieving wills via mobile application. Now, Rajat will talk about implementation.
Okay, so I would like to take you through our implementation. So we have developed a user-friendly application using Flutter to make it cross-platform. Users can perform meta transactions and interact with the blockchain via this application. We have also mandated the user MetaMask in order to link the user's wallets and their accounts. This will allow us to perform meta transactions on behalf of the user, where every transaction is essentially signed or authorized by the user themselves. The algorithms we've used here are SHA 256 for hashing and AES 256 for encryption. Now, coming to the smart contract itself, the smart contract is implemented using Solidity so that it can be deployed on any Ethereum virtual machine or even compatible blockchain such as Celo network. It defines primarily 4 functions. The first one is the verify signature function, which essentially validates the authenticity of each transaction using the signature that is computed using MetaMask. If the signature is not valid, then the transaction will be rejected. The add will function requires the transaction to be authorized and is used to add the CID of the main file, state of the will, checksum of the will document, signature, and will state to the smart contract. So a will on the blockchain can have 2 states. It can either be locked or unlocked. It is initially in the locked state, which implies that the will cannot be accessed by the beneficiaries yet. The update will function can only be called by the owner of the will in an authorized transaction, provided that the will is still locked and is basically used to update the details of the will. Now coming to the trigger will function, the trigger will function can be called by the owner of the will and will convert the state of the will from locked to unlocked, post which the beneficiaries can access the will details. So all of the data is encrypted and accessible to the user via blockchain. This provides complete ownership of data to the users, thereby making the entire implementation non-custodian. I would also like to take you through the proposed architecture and workflow. Initially, the users can make an account using our application, after which they will link their wallet using MetaMask. Then they'll have to enter a password, which will be hashed using SHA-256 and stored on KeyStore, that is an on-device secure storage. This hashed password will be used for all subsequent encryption using AES-256. After the password creation phase, users will have to add 2 beneficiaries who will then be mailed the hash password along with user's wallet address. This detail is also encrypted and stored on Firebase for ease of access. Once the user has added the beneficiaries, they can upload a will document in the form of a PDF that will be encrypted and uploaded to IPFS. The reference of this will, along with the beneficiary details, are then used to generate the main file, which is also encrypted and uploaded to IPFS. The reference to this file, user's wallet address, signature, checksum of the will document, and the will state is then stored on the blockchain by performing a meta transaction through MetaMask. When the user fails to verify their existence, the will is triggered, after which the beneficiaries can access the will details since the state of the will now be unlocked. So Sanjana will now take us through the results and future scope.
In our performance evaluation, we tested the smart contract on the CELO Alpha George testnet. We ran over 300 transactions, each validating PDF content with a CID and checksum. We looked at metrics like transaction throughput, latency, and gas consumption. The results showed that the system handles a lot of transaction efficiency, responds quickly, and keeps gas fees low, averaging just 557 Wei, which is about 0.04 rupees. Overall, the system performed well, proving it is both responsive and cost-effective. In the future, we plan to strengthen key management and storage to prevent unauthorized access to sensitive data, enhance cross-chain interoperability for seamless blockchain interactions, incorporate decentralized identity solutions for secure identity management. We also plan to explore asset transfer functionalities and legal service integration to expand the system's scope. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. We are having DigiLocker. The same one, the same concept is there. Can you differentiate your proposed solution in regards to DigiLocker?
Yeah, so DigiLocker is a centralized solution, right? So
Right.
as of today, whenever you upload any sort of document on DigiLocker, it is still centralized. So tomorrow, if the servers go down or DigiLocker itself ceases to exist, then the documents will no longer be accessible to the user. Also, on DigiLocker, there is no way to actually identify if somebody has changed any document. There's no audit log over there. But using blockchain and IPFS will give us access to an audit log, as well as the immutability of blockchain will ensure that the data is secure and won't go away anytime soon.
Okay. But the data which we are fetching it from the official sites on DigiLocker. So
Correct.
it will be tempered, right?
So there is no guarantee that it is not tampered, right? Because in DigiLocker, there is no way to actually verify that the documents data has not been tampered with. And moreover, our solution also allows other beneficiaries to access the details. So on DigiLocker, when you add it in, you can't really share your bill details to somebody else. But on our platform, you can do that.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Saran PS for the paper title Physicians Attitude Towards E-Prescription in Canada. Barriers and society.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. You can continue.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible to us.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good morning. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving me such an opportunity to present my paper. And the paper ID is 146. My co-author is my research supervisor, Dr. Balasubramanian A. And my topic is physicians' attitudes towards e-prescription in Kerala, facilitators, barriers, and insights. So the technological advancements have revolutionized every sector globally, and healthcare sector is one among them. The major shift towards this is the adoption of e-prescription system, which allows healthcare professionals to transmit prescriptions electronically among various stakeholders. And the advantages of e-prescriptions includes the improved efficiency, accuracy, safety, and also allows better creation, sharing, and verification of information. It enhances accessibility, convenience, and it could address existing challenges in the medical management systems. The benefits of the e-prescription systems includes reduced medication errors, improved patient safety, and better communication among healthcare professionals. However, the successful implementation of this technology is largely dependent upon the attitude and perceptions of physicians for its effective adoption and implementation. So when it comes to the relevance of the study, the Kerala is known for the medical tourism destination,
And the transition to e-prescription in Kerala has its own unique challenges and opportunities compared to traditional paper prescriptions. And the study focuses on evaluating and identifying the various facilitators, barriers, and insights regarding the adoption of e-prescription system among physicians in Kerala. And for any other, like any other successful IT implementation, we need to ensure the system usability. So, in order to get the maximum productivity and to ensure the effectiveness in the healthcare personnel and administrative sections. So, identifying the adoption hurdles is crucial in developing such strategies to improve and improve the usability. And sir,
Sorry to interrupt, but your first slide is visible to us.
sorry.
We are not able to see your introduction slide. Only your title slide is visible to us.
Okay, I'm changing it here, but I don't know why it is not visible. Can you reshare this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now it is visible.
Okay, thank you. So when it comes to the relevance, the identifying the adoption, identifying the hurdles in the adoption of this technology is will make the policymakers or healthcare administrators to better implement the technology for its wider acceptance and adoption in order to get the improved health outcomes in Kerala. So when it comes to review of literature, we have gone through more than 80 literatures related to the field, and we have identified various variables like psychological ownership and perceived ease of use, organizational factors, perceived benefits, social influence, perceived risk, perceived fitness, perceived compatibility, computer efficiency, and we could come up with this conceptual framework from the existing literatures. And with this existing literature, we try to analyze the attitude of physicians towards the adoption of e-prescription systems and to identify the facilitators and barriers in its implementation and to offer the insights for the successful implementation and adoption of e-prescription systems. And the study utilized the self-administered questionnaire, and to check the validity, we adopted questions from the existing literature. And this quantitative cross-sectional study conducted in Kerala in 2024 among 136 physicians from various regions of Kerala and from various health sectors too. And the study utilized purposive sampling and snowball sampling. And the study conducted among the physicians who are currently utilizing the e-prescription, and from there they gave the contacts of other physicians who use the e-prescription systems, so that we got this much physicians as a sample size, and we utilized SEM analysis to identify the causal relationship between the various variables. So from the interpretation and analysis of the result, it is found out that the perceived benefit is the most influential factor regarding physicians' influence in e-prescription systems. And when it says perceived benefits, it includes the performance of multiple tasks, like they can trace the history of the trace the medical history of a patient, and they can utilize the data for research purpose, and they can use the data for other medical purposes also, and to reduce the medical errors. And then identified the organization's factors have a positive effect on usage behavior. The organizational factors includes the infrastructure of the hospital or the medical organization, and the training they are providing, and also the financial backing they get for implementing this e-prescription systems. And the perceived risk found to impact the system use, while computer proficiency improves the actual usage. Perceived, when we say perceived risk, it includes the technical barriers, workflow disruptions, and financial concerns. And obviously, the computer proficiency will improve actual use, because when we are more efficient in a technology, they are more prone to use the technology frequently. And thus another finding is that perceived fitness has a positive effect on attitude, intention to use, and ease of use regarding the electronic prescription systems. When it says the perceived fitness, it is the skill transferability, cost effectiveness, and system suitability. And the psychological ownership has a positive effect on intention to use. The psychological ownership is the sense of ownership over a technology or an object provided to any individual. So if we develop the psychological ownership towards a technology, we will use the system more frequently, and it will yield more productivity. And another finding is that perceived risk does not have any influence on actual use. So if we know what are the perceived risks of the system, they can be better take care about the risk, and they can mitigate the problems whenever it arises. And the perceived compatibility does not have any influence on perceived ease of use. Perceived compatibility means the sorry is the minimum is the degree to which the person perceives the new technology will be a smoother one compared to the current one. Then the other conclusion, other research is that the social influence has a positive effect on intention to use. The social influence is can be from peers, or can be from the government organizations like that to implement or utilize more e-prescription systems frequently. And when it comes to the conclusion, the facilitators we identified in the e-prescription system adoption among physicians in Kerala are perceived benefits, organizational factors, perceived fitness, psychological ownership, computer proficiency, and social influence. And the identified barriers in the adoption are perceived risk, electronic health record support, and perceived compatibility. And the insights, we identified that the perceived benefits, the more focus should be given to the perceived benefits, so that the physicians will be more aware of the positive aspects and the other perceived ease of use and all, so that they will utilize the system very often, more frequently. Then organizational support, the user-centric training should be given, and adequate infrastructure should be there, the net connection and other facilities should be there, the IT support should be there, like that. And financial backing also should be there, so that the implementation will be more smoother. And and we should address more on the perceived risk, like technical barriers and other and other risks are there. So if we address those risks, then it will help to facilitate more effective technology adoption. Then to promote psychological ownership, so that they will use the technology as their own one, like they are on a personal mail or something, they will utilize the e-prescription systems, and it will ensure the smooth functioning of the medical management systems. And to leverage social influence, the influence from the peer groups, or the opinions from the peer doctors or pharmacists and everyone will encourage others to promote the utilization of e-prescription systems. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. No questions from my side.
Okay, sir.
Correct.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now, we are moving towards the closing remark. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentation and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for your support during the third version and all the previous two versions of the conference. We'll be happy to have you in the fourth version in 2025. All the presenters will be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Further, all the papers have already forwarded to the Springer. The publication will live in 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ISBM 2024. I also thank our session chair, Dr. Nilesh P. Sable, for chairing the session. Sir, this is the token of appreciation on behalf of Team ISBM 2024 and Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Sir, kindly address our participants.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. The presentations were really good. We had really good insights, and the work which was carried by the researcher is really good. Some of the work was at the initial phase. They have done the survey work. So their focus should be to go ahead and see that they can get it practically implemented. So really good to have a great morning in India to have such an insights from the researchers. So all the best for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for great insight. Now, I request everyone to kindly turn on their cameras for a quick snapshot of the conference. I request everyone to kindly turn on their cameras for a quick snapshot of the virtual conference. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this conference. Stay safe, stay connected.
Thank you. Thank you.